The Liberal government has announced it is cracking down further on its gun control measures. This past week, hundreds of firearm models and variants were added to the government's list of banned weapons.
Today, the government is adding a further 324 unique makes and models of assault-style firearms to the list of prohibited firearms in Canada.
Hey everybody, it's PJ. Remember when the Liberal government of Canada said that the gun confiscation scheme, better known as the gun buyback program, was completely voluntary?
I'll pick up one word there, confiscation. This is not about confiscation. This is about voluntary return of firearms for compensation.
Yeah, not so much. Turns out that if you don't surrender your newly banned rifles, you're now in criminal possession of illegal property, so you'll probably go to jail. Who could have guessed, huh?
But all of the people in possession of one of the weapons that has been banned since 2020 and who will not participate in the compensation program will have an illegal gun in its possession, and that's a criminal act.
The Liberals have been trying to ban guns since 2019, more or less, when Justin Trudeau himself was in power. He used a tragic situation that happened out in the East Coast where some psycho decided to kill a bunch of people, and he used this as an excuse to take away legally obtained firearms from law-abiding citizens. And the thing is, the people of Canada are starting to see that this is all just a scam. And it's so obvious at this point because even Canada's public safety minister came out himself and said that this is all just a political move to get support from Quebec, because in Quebec there's a high degree of disagreement with gun ownership.
Ananda Sangari and its tenant have known each other for a while. The tenant legally owns an assault rifle that will soon be banned by Ottawa. Ottawa expects gun owners to sell their freshly banned guns to the government. The tenant says he does not want to sell, and in the recording he provided to Global News and others, he tries to convince Ananda Sangari to scrap the policy. Ananda Sangari says he cannot.
This is the mandate I was given by Carney to complete this.
He says one of the reasons the Liberals cannot change, they need votes from Quebec.
Right, and this is something that very much a big deal for many of the Quebec electorate that voted for us.
You know, when you think about it, the gun buyback program is the stupidest thing if what you're trying to do is target criminals. If what you're trying to do is reduce crime, it is really the dumbest thing you can do, because you're literally targeting law-abiding citizens, the people that are least likely to commit a crime with a gun. And this is not opinion, this is matter of fact. The people that are the least likely to commit a crime involving a firearm are licensed, registered firearms owners.
We're not the problem, the criminals are the problem. We're hunters, sport shooters, farmers, trappers. We own firearms, we own them as a tool.
But a lot of people are saying that it's not necessarily about reducing crime, and that it may be something more sinister going on, something darker. Basically a disarmament agenda, trying to get the Canadian population to be completely unarmed. And I mean, there's historical precedent. If you want to be an authoritarian government, tyrannical government, that's what you do. You go after the people who are armed, those who can actually do something about their situation. When you have a completely disarmed population, then who can really do anything when the government's the only one with all the guns, right?
The effort and resources of the government, of taxpayers, and of law enforcement should be focused on crime, criminals, violence, and gun smuggling, not on law-abiding gun owners.
In this whole thing, the two jurisdictions that have been the most defiant against the Liberal gun grab are the provinces of Alberta and Saskatchewan, Alberta being my home province. They've literally said that they're not implementing it. They're not letting any of the law enforcement agencies, whether federal or local, do anything to take away firearms from law-abiding citizens. They've also talked to the municipalities and told them that they need a permit if they're going to implement any sort of gun confiscation, and that they shouldn't expect to be able to get that permit. basically letting them know that this is just not happening in Alberta. And Saskatchewan has been following in the footsteps of Alberta when it comes to that. So it's always great to see.
Alberta's Justice Minister issued a joint statement with Alberta's Public Safety Minister, saying the province will not enforce what it calls a gun grab, and that they expect law enforcement to focus on violent criminals, not hunters and sport shooters.
Owners of assault-style weapons have 1 more year to dispose of them. The federal government initially proposed a gun buyback program that would be operated by the private sector. Saskatchewan doesn't want the RCMP participating in any way.
These firearms that we're talking about in Saskatchewan belong to legal firearms owners, and they're licensed, they're heavily vetted and monitored by the Firearms Office.
In short, you'll see that us and Saskatchewan are going to do whatever we can to make sure that we're defending firearms owners' rights. And I know we're coming up to a deadline here, so just have some patience, because we know how important that is. We just have a different approach we want to take in Alberta, and I think that is what the Constitution allows, and we'll see what the courts say about it.
Now you got people in other parts of the country, in the East Coast, Nova Scotia specifically, where they're protesting in Cape Breton Island, which is where they're having the pilot program to take away people's firearms, get them to surrender them voluntarily. Otherwise, when the amnesty period ends, they become criminals automatically and overnight. And there was a protest over there, and you could see citizens, law-abiding citizens, showing up.
There was a midday protest in Sydney today over Ottawa's plan to buy back firearms from individual owners. Several dozen people protested outside CBRM police headquarters over the noon hour. The police station was closed to the public today as a result. Last month, Ottawa announced a buyback of certain firearms with a pilot project in Nova Scotia. The program will be open to eligible firearm owners in select areas of Cape Breton. Protesters question the government's priorities on gun control.
I really hope that it is not too late for them. I mean, these are the people who re-elected the Liberals after 10 years of attacks on law-abiding firearms owners all over Canada and many other things, destroying our economy, bringing in mass immigration and a whole bunch of other factors. And they freaking went and voted en masse for the Liberals. So I really hope it doesn't end up coming to bite them in the ass, which is what's happening. I really hope that it's not too late for them and that we can win this fight and law-abiding gun owners can continue to legally obtain and use firearms here in Canada.
Federal government says it will begin buying back assault-style firearms from individual owners with a pilot project in Nova Scotia. The project will be open to eligible gun owners in select areas of Cape Breton. This is to ensure it runs smoothly before it's rolled out across the country. Since May of 2020, Ottawa has outlawed about 2,500 types of guns, arguing they're more suited for the battlefield, not for hunters or sport shooters. At least one gun control group, though, says the latest phase of the buyback will be a waste of money unless it includes a ban on the semi-automatic SKS rifle, which is not among the banned list.
If you found value from this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Hey, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to be notified every time a new video is published, hit the subscribe button and activate the notifications bell. It's completely free and it helps our channel grow. A heartfelt thank you to all our channel members. I really appreciate your support. See you all in the next one. Peace.